Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to have our first shots with the Topoint Unison Machine Riser Recurve bow. Now I've got fitted to it my Win limbs. Now these are expensive wireless limbs. They're about $1,000, so I want to feel what this riser, which looks fantastic, shoots like with $1,000 limbs. And this is my first shot. Now I'm shooting really close and I haven't fitted a clicker, so that was my mistake. So let's just have a feel for what it feels like. Now the grip feels good. It feels different to the other. It doesn't feel as a high grip as the other recurves I'm used to shooting. So it's definitely not like a Win grip. So the grip itself, now I'm sort of all, when I sort of set up, I kind of set up my grip beforehand. The grip feels different to the Win. It doesn't feel as high. Probably doesn't feel as narrow as the grip. I mean, I think the bow looks hot. I think it looks fantastic as far as bows. The grip looks good because it comes in different colors, but the feel of the grip, to me, I don't know at this stage whether I like it or not. At this stage, I'm tending to not like it as far as the grip. It did feel alright in the shop when I sort of had it first off, but now I'm sort of here. I feel like it should be more built up at this point here. And probably a little bit more cut in at this point here. But let's see what it feels like to shoot. Now I'm shooting really close, 2 meters away from the target. I haven't sighted this bow in, so always when you're starting off, start off really close. Now you could hear how quiet that bow was. I'm trying to load the clicker on the shot. The bow was really quiet. There was no vibration at all through the riser. Let's try another shot. Look, it feels great. Honestly, like I've shot a whole heap of recurves. Feels great. Still a bit uncertain on the grip, whether I prefer the expensive grip of like the ATF grip, if you've gone in and tried out the expensive $1,000 grips. But at its price point, this riser sells in Australia for $245. The Win riser that I currently shoot sells for $1,000 or more, $1,100. In fact, in many ways, it kind of reminds me of the PSE Exapil riser that I used to shoot, which was about $700–800. Look, I love it. I really do. I love the bow. I'm going to fit a clicker to it, and I'm going to shoot some. Now the arrow flight, so I shoot up close to start with just to get a feel of how the arrows are flying. They're pointing dead back, straight back at me. Look, they feel great. I'm really not getting any arm slap. Feels pretty good. I'm just going to aim up a little bit higher, so I'm going to shoot the same sort of spot. But I really like the feel of the Topoint Unison Recurve bow. Like, it feels great. It feels solid. There's no vibration. The bow's completely quiet. Just going to stand back a bit so you can see the stabilizers. I like it. I really do. I like it. So my next step that I'm going to do is we're going to fit a clicker to this. I'm hoping this is a universal sort of size hole. So we're going to fit a clicker to it and we're going to try that out. Okay, so we're going to fit the standard 632 Win and Win clicker. Now the 632 thread is a standard thread used by, I'm going to say, most recurve bows. And I'm just going to hope this fits. Now there's actually two spots. There's a high spot and a low spot. And for me, I'm going to fit this on the high spot. I'm hoping this is a 632 thread, and it is. It's going in nicely. Some of those days, everything just works out well. Here you go, what a great day I'm having. I'm having that with this bow. Right, now I fitted the clicker. Now what's the purpose of a clicker? The clicker tells you when to shoot. So when the arrow goes like that, I feel like I can hear this better. When it goes like that, that's when you shoot. It enables you to get the same draw length every time. So when you fit a clicker, it's no good for beginners, I'm going to say, to start with. But when you're more settled with your shooting form, it's a must-have. I'm going to say there's no one in the Olympics shooting without a clicker. So once again, I'm up close. I'm just getting a feel for when this clicker goes off. Now I always aim at the target, because if you aim at your wall at home, clicker goes off and you just instinctively shoot, you'll shoot the wall. And yes, I have had customers do that. So I pull back. Now that's taking too long for me to get that off. So I'm going to move that forward a little bit. That felt pretty good. I think I'm almost happy to go back to a longer distance. Yep, ready to go back to a longer distance and see how this bow performs at a longer distance. When you're sighting a bow in for the first time, take your time and walk back slowly. It's no use jumping back to 20, 30 meters, throwing an arrow into the steel or throwing an arrow into the fence out the back. Always step it back. So I'm probably at around 10 meters right now. Now I haven't adjusted my sight. These sights are set up straight from my wireless that I've been shooting. So the fact that they're going left and right or up and down, that's just pure luck. Now the grip, I'm going to go back to that grip. To me, the grip's really critical in recurve. And it doesn't feel as good as the Win and Win grip. But I don't know if it's a bad thing, if that makes any sense at all. Feels really nice to shoot. So would I be happy to shoot a $245 recurve in competition? I'm going to say absolutely no problem whatsoever. Now the next thing for beginners are the limbs that you choose for this Topoint bow. Is there a big difference between your Win and Win $1,000 limb and your Win and Win $200 set of limbs? Now I'm going to say for most beginners the answer is no. And the answer is probably no for me, because I'm just not good enough to pick the difference, because I don't shoot enough. But if you shoot all the time, and I was shooting 4 hours a day, then I can justify more expensive limbs. Now the more expensive limbs are meant to have better foam, better carbon, they're meant to less left and right movement. There's meant to be lots of benefits to it, but for my own shooting I couldn't pick the difference. Now I think those arrows are going slightly higher. Now this sight was set at 18 meters. But it all feels good. Right, I think they're shooting pretty good. I think they're all grouping up high. So now I'm going to go back to 18, and given the light holds out because it's getting dark, we'll see what my groups look like at 18. Let's see where these arrows go. Fingers crossed. Now this is the actual first time I've shot in about 2 weeks. That's not like me, I normally shoot every night. The weather's been really bad and I've had a shipping container come in and I still haven't unpacked it. It's been 2 weeks now. I've been working back late every night, unpacking, adjusting the shop. Just not getting through it. I'm not putting the items online. I've got so many orders. Right. Look, I'm really liking this bow. I think it looks fantastic. Now you're never going to see, I'm going to say you're never going to see a Topoint riser in the Olympics. Because they don't sponsor people. So they're not paying people to shoot their products. As a result, people are not going to follow them and say, well, I must have a Topoint riser because the guy who's the state champion's got a Topoint riser. Now, but it's going to be a fifth of the price. So, like if you're a lawyer, I'll buy the $2,000 bow. But I'll tell you, this is an impressive little piece of gear. And how they make this product at this price point, amazing. Like even when I got started in archery 20 however many years that was, I was going to say 20, but no, it's far more than that. 35 years ago, 36 years ago, archery gear was more expensive than this riser is now. Would have I loved this riser when I started archery? Oh yeah. And the price, it's so affordable. This is such a good bow. I love things that are really priced well for the market. It's going to be a huge killer for the other recurve makers out there. It's such a good product. Now I haven't tuned this bow, this is just straight out and I don't know where the arrow's landing. But there's no vibration, it feels good. I'm going to go back to the grip and I know I've said it 10 times. The grip I don't like as much as many of the other recurves I've tested, but I'm finding it comfortable. I find it almost more like a compound grip. So I don't know, maybe it's helping. I don't know what the arrows are like, so. But the colours this bow comes in, we're talking the silver, the dark grey, light blue, dark blue. I'm trying to think of all the other colours, but it comes in a whole bunch, and it comes in the film dip finishes. That really surprised me, because people have walked in my shop, have seen the film dip. I think one's called Ghost or something like that, and people have gone, oh, this film dip is the best. I'm like, really? I think it looks... I just think it looks cheap. This to me looks like, if you've got this at an archery club, I mean, this setup, and the guy next to you has got his $2,000 Hoyt, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. And it's even better when you win with a $245 recurve. Okay, last shot, because otherwise this video takes too long and I get too many complaints. Okay, let's just go down and see where those arrows went. Okay, so I'm up here at the target. Now, one went out here. I don't know what I did. I honestly didn't think I shot that bad a shot, so I don't know which one it was, but it obviously went out there, and that's life with shooting recurve. It doesn't faze me at all. That grip I'm pretty comfortable with. I just grabbed the bow, and to me that's kind of what I normally shoot. I have shot better, but I'm pretty comfortable with that. And given that I haven't shot for 2 weeks, and I'm pretty happy with that. So overall, the Topoint Unison bow, I think the quality is very good. I think the finish is very good. One of the viewers said the inner parts of the machining is sharp edges and he'd like them rounded. Absolutely agree with that. But overall, $245, I don't think at that price point it really has much competition. And I think its only competition is going to come from the SF or the WNS Premier Riser and the the WNS Forged Riser, which is a pretty good standard bow, which has had a lot of success in the past. And you're going to shoot Win and Win because it's the main brand line, versus Topoint, which you don't really know. And also with Win and Win, you've got the matching riser with limbs, where Topoint don't have its own limbs. So with Topoint, you can fit anyone's limbs to the bow. Same as Win and Win, you can fit any limbs to the bow. But some people like to have the whole lot matched up. So I've got Win and Win accessories, Win and Win stabilizers, Win and Win sights, Win and Win. For me, it's not a big deal. I think at its price point, it's pretty good. And what I like about a cheap riser like this, I can have a bow for target, I can have a bow set up for cloud, I can have a bow set up for indoor at $245. And why would I want to have a different bow for different disciplines? Well, for indoor, I might want to shoot fat arrows, which means I've got to adjust my plunger button. For clout, I may want to shoot different arrows again. So it just gives me a variation. I might want to have different arrows for shooting. I may want just a spare bow. I might just want different colored bows. At $245, you're not busting the bank to go and buy this bow. So overall, I think it's pretty good. I fully recommend trying it and trying that grip. I think there can be more work done on the grip. I think Win and Win has got some very nice grips on the market that are really hard to beat. And I also think the new Friendship Shark Riser grip is pretty nice. So I think the Topoint grip looks awesome, but I'm going to try it for a few weeks and see how my grouping goes, and then I'll go back to the Win and Win TFT, and I may even try it the ATF riser, because that's a little bit thinner in the grip, which may be more conducive to less left and right movement. But I suggest most of that's coming through this hand movement back here. But overall, really like the bow, and I think Topoint have done a really good thing. I'm going to say for beginners, for my customers, it's a price point thing, and my customers are very price point sensitive. So it's not like I have many Olympic archers coming to me to buy gear. It's I have a lot of recreational archers, and this is where Topoint is aimed, at recreational archers. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching, and the more you shoot, the better you'll shoot. Thanks, bye.